As spawning in the top right corner of Reclamation, we have, we have the Brood War Terran player from the land of the Netherlands, and alongside him, alongside him, we have the Teal Terran from Brazil, the SE2 Terran. It is Kelazhur and uThermal. Oh boy, double Terran. I'll be honest, I thought that maybe uThermal would play a different race, but nope, it is going to be double Terran. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have their opponents. We have, oh, this is a pleasant surprise. We have the Brood War Terran player alongside the SE2 Protoss. It is Classic and Big Gabe. Okay, so uThermal and Kelazhur, they did play the races that we assumed, with uThermal playing Brood War and with Kelazhur playing SE2, but I was almost certain that it was going to be Classic playing Brood War, but that is not the case here. Okay, Esther Gabe, you have my attention. Bearing in mind that Gabe and Classic, whenever they play 2v2s, they do not play in voice, they do not play with voice, they do play with pings and by text instead, and we do have some of that text here. As Gabe was asking him, said a build of choice. So again, from here, CC first. I mean, again, Gabe, he's less familiar with builds when it comes to StarCraft Evolution, so I would imagine he'll be diverting or deferring to Classic from time to time. Deferring to. Otherwise, here we go. Otherwise, we are going to be opening up Racked Expand here out of uThermal. Now, uThermal, unlike Bjorn, I would say that uThermal, he's a little bit more exploratory, a little bit more diverse when it comes to his builds of choice. Curious to see if we embrace mech, right? Bjorn, he was going for non-stop 3-rack stim timings. We'll see how we approach things in-game or in our next series. As there it is, we do have the faster factory. So Racked Expand into factory follow-up here. Curious to see if we go for a second factory into Spider Mines into Massive Vulture. Eyes on uThermal. Likewise, Diego also going just Racked Expand into his own 1-1 setup. We're settling in. Gonna be settling in. But isn't the voice way better? No. Classic and Gabe, they have mentioned that Gabe doesn't really speak Korean, and Classic doesn't really speak much English, so so they said that because of that, being on voice would be more awkward because they'll be like stumbling over their words, or they'd be thinking about trying to say the correct thing to express what they mean and what they're trying to say. Whereas otherwise, like via text, like they can just either ping or they can just say like type a word here and there, and they can just kind of like understand each other. Like trying to like communicate and trying to like verbalize in a language that you're not really familiar with, like can be like more distracting and more taxing, and it can be more problematic. So we mentioned how much Gabe is also praising Classic. Yes. As we are going to be opening up. So far, a couple of SCs do get picked off. Likewise, a couple of probes as well. As we do open up into our initial game, we had initial Vulture production. Okay, Vulture Harass. We had a Vulture Harass. As we mentioned previously, sorry, I was a little bit distracted, but it is going to be a double factory, Massive Vulture here from Big Gabe. So Gabe is also embracing his mech. Likewise, we should be seeing the same, from uThermal as well. So both players going to their Massive Vultures. Both players building up. Gabe moving out with his own Overlord to scout. And likewise, we have Classic getting his own Stargate opener. Interesting. So Stargate into Oracle Harass. He's moving out. Classic does move out. Anti-air is non-existent, by the way. Only Vultures. SCV is going to be going down. A brutal damage here for uThermal. Marines, they will help defend. Marines will zone away. At the same time, double Vulture here into the mineral line. Catching out 3 more probes. Nice harass so far here from uThermal. At the same time, though, Classic does counterattack, and that is going to be 7 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. Does get 7 SCVs. Thought Koreans were well versed in English? No. There's only a handful of Koreans that are, like, you know, solid in English. There are a handful of them, like Solar, for example, who's a little more native, thanks to his upbringing. I say native, from my understanding, did actually like learn English at a younger age. Did learn it. As the Oracle is rotated towards the main base, and yo, Classic is going ham. Classic is popping off. 6 more CV kills. Oracle into the main base as well of uThermal, and the workers are going down left and right. Both Oracles finally get cleaned up, but they have paid for themselves. So far, so good. Here we go. So here we are going to be securing ourselves. So from here we expand. CCs are floating over, claiming off their bases. And we'll see if Kelazhur and Diego can recover. For now, they're building up their armies. This is going to be double. Is going to be by a tank out of uThermal. Sorry, out of Kelazhur. Diego is building up his army, also moving out. We do have a Mark moving towards the right hand side. Ooh, it's going to be deflected. Runs into the Stalkers. As uThermal, he is committing with his entire army, actually. Not just the Vultures, tanks as well. Does commit. uThermal, he rotates. Rotates to help out. So far, the Stalkers, they hold their own. Spider Mines do burrow. Ooh, and yeah, with the help of the tanks as well, we're pushing through at the same time. We blink in. He's crazy. Yeah, he blinks in, and he will take down two of the tanks, but he will lose every Stalker in the process. And with that, uThermal and Kelazhur, they're breaking through. Tanks have arrived. And Gabe, can he hold on here? Again, the tanks are late to the party, they're late to the fight. Losing one more tank. But Gabe is holding. Gabe, he's trying to hold on here. Another tank goes down. Again, a bit of a messy defense here from Classic and from Classic and HeRoMaRinE. Yeah. Oh, there's too many Terrans, Pappy. They all look the same. Oh, no. But a very shaky defense here. The tanks, it took longer to rotate. Tanks, they were out of position, so they were not a part of the fight for the longest time. But so far, we are holding on. Likewise, you can see the push running out of steam. Down to 4 tanks. Stalkers are begin. Oh, once again, they get punished. Catching out 1 tank. Amidst all of this, HeRoMaRinE goes to the counterattack. Yeah, Big Abe does go for the counterattack, setting up his Spider Mines. Oh, trying to. It can be a bit awkward. Sets up the minefield. Once again, catching reinforcements. Soldiers zipping in once again, catching out 1 more tank. He gets 1, he gets 2. Ooh, we're lacking control here. Yeah, no stim. No stim. Kelazhur is distracted. Final tank is going to go down. Just barely. Just barely. From here, they do hold on. And that was a pretty big commitment from our true Terran players. Doesn't help, of course, as well that they were also losing SCVs in the process. Gabe is looking very healthy here with his own worker count who's been left untouched. Behind this uThermal and 69 workers, nice. Building up his mech army, going for his own counterattack and getting on top of the tanks. Oh my god, the Spider Mines. Spider Mines, they pop off. Gabe is going to be shut down. He's going to be forced back. But again, traded well against the tanks. And Classic has to recover. Classic may not have lost too much of his economy, but did bleed out a lot of his Stalkers. Bled out a lot of Stalkers. So we're getting a little bit messy here. Kelazhur dropping into Gabe's main. I do like this drop here just because Gabe has been left untouched for quite some time. So that's going to be 10 SCV kills. Thermal weaving his way through. Doesn't find too much though. 1 Vulture makes it in. It does make it in. Sets up the mines on top of the ramp. Love to see it. Oh, what can he catch? The mines. Oh, ooh. Do you connect? They do connect at the same time. Prison drop into the main base of Kelazhur. Again, won't get too much done here, just causing a distraction. Keeping Kelazhur busy, and HeRoMaRinE wants to move out. He wants to push. uThermal is in position. Likewise, Classic pushing on the right-hand side. It does rotate, tanks to siege. Ooh. So Classic is moving in, Storm is done. Yeah, Storm is complete, pushing into the mineral line. We do see Kelazhur's out of position. Losing well, losing 2 tanks. Bad, decent trades here from Classic. Oh my god. Once again, running away. Bearing in mind these are Gabe's mines. Can be used here for Classic. Can make use of them. Gabe even bullying these tanks once again. uThermal has no anti-air. The Wraith back. Just nibbling away at the army. Yeah, Vikings, they rotate at the same time. Gabe with dropping into the main. Does go for the drop. And does get into the mineral lines. At the same time. Ooh, Classic pushing forward. Yeah, another storm. He's got so many behind this. He's got, what, 4 more storms. He has those storms. Takes down the expansion. Diego losing a base. Classic does blink in, and they're overwhelming. Yeah, Kelazhur, he's on his own. He's being overwhelmed. There's no uThermal. He's not here. Yeah, he's now rotating over to try to help out. Massive storms. Oh my god. Yeah, the storms are tank fire. And with that, Gabe and Classic, they've done it. They're breaking through. There's 2 tanks on the high ground. Free damage. There's no high ground vision. And uThermal's going for the counterattack as well. He's going for the counterattack. These 2 tanks are doing so much, by the way. Oh my god. They don't notice. They don't notice. There we go. Finally they do divert. Tanks are cleaned up. uThermal commits. Plenty of reinforcements though, and Gaby shuts down the army. Tanks are on their own. There's no support. Yeah, no support for the tanks. Spider-Mine's borrow. Oof. Yeah, brutal connections, and with that, there's nothing left. There's nothing left here. uThermal's out of an army. Diego out of an army as well. Their bases have been broken. Classic and Gabe, they do come together. Kelazhur does go for a drop. Catching reinforcements, at least trying to. Oof. Oh, god. Cannot moving to the siege line, dropping into the main. There's only 1 turret to defend. But there are tanks. Yeah, there are tanks here as well. GG gets called. uThermal does tap out. And so does Kelazhur. GG. HeRoMaRinE and Classic, they take game number 1. GG. They will take the first game here. And again, as we mentioned, Classic and HeRoMaRinE, they are one of the best 2-2 teams in the world. But I was very surprised here by Gabe. Gabe specifically, who is very, very inexperienced when it comes to StarCraft Evolution. He handled himself well when it came to building up his mech army, making use of the vultures, setting up the spider mines, and counterattacking as well. That's mostly what I was impressed by here, just because expectations were lower for Gabe. But he holds his own. Does hold his own. GG well played with that Classic and Gabe. They take game 1, and now the question becomes, uThermal and Kelazhur, what races do we pick here? They have the option to play double Brood War, double SC2, or a mixture of the 2. Let's go. Let us go. As game 2 is going to be on Yellow Jacket. Here we go. Are going to be dropping in. And what races have we picked? As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Yellow Jackets, we have the blue SC2 Terran alongside the other SC2 Terran. Yep. So here we go. Double StarCraft 2. We have the red Terran, we have the blue Terran. It is going to be uThermal and Kelazhur. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have their opponents. We have the double Brood War team. It is going to be the German Terran, the Korean Protoss. It is going to be Classic and HeRoMaRinE. And we're moving out. Yeah, the SVs are moving out across the map as we speak, setting up for, I would imagine, proxies. Hyper aggression here by our double Terran team. Let's go. Let us go. Raxes are going to be thrown down. And we'll see if Classic and Gabe can scout, react, and survive and defend. Show says Raxes. Oh, my apologies. We have our initial Rax back at home for Kelazhur at least. Likewise for uThermal as well. Here we go. There's our second Rax. From both players. And they get scouted. They get scouted immediately. Kelazhur, he has been found out. Este Classic. Ay, ay, ay. And we'll be able to focus that down. Oh, Gabe, he notices. True. Yes, Kelazhur's going to be shut down. Will they find one proxy? They don't find the other. Bear that in mind. uThermal is still out there, still getting his second Rax. There's a cancel. There's that cancellation. We don't see their pings, but I would imagine that Gabe probably pinged here on the right-hand side, letting Classic know about the Reaper spot. Meanwhile, again, we're just all inning. We do still commit. We do still commit here. Oh, my apologies. So with that cancellation, I would have assumed that we would have seen another factory here or Rax, but no, we're going for the CC. So Kelazhur, after being forced to cancel, is now transitioning into his own expansion. uThermal is going for a delayed expansion instead, but still committing into 2 Rax Reaper. Can expand behind this, so we'll see if this is going to be worth it though. We'll see what our 2 players can achieve with their Reapers combined. Back at home, Classic working towards Dragoons. Likewise, we have our bio setup here from Gabe initially. Into Mech, into Vultures. Maybe the attempted bunker rush here from uThermal is going to be denied. That is still 3 Reapers though. That's a lot of Reapers. Yeah, Marines Kite back. They avoid the KDA charges. Attempts to rebuild the bunker. Dragoon has arrived. And denies the bunker. It denies the bunker here. So far, good control by Classic. Ooh. Nice control. Reavers are just rallying into their deaths. They're rallying in. Classic is in position. He's got his battery in the main. And so far, the aggression has not been worth it. It's not been worth it here. uThermal going back in. Once again, the battery is in position. Supports the Dragoon. Supports the Dragoon. And behind this, we're building up into Reaver drops. Let's go. Let us go. We have the robotics facility already done. Observatories on the way. The base in production for the shuttle for the Reaver. So Reaver drops are coming. Likewise, once again, Gabe is building up into Mech, going into Ion Thrusters, into Mass Vulture. Ooh, Reaver's get behind the mineral line. Nicely done. Does get behind the mineral line. Head for the main base here of Gabe. Cashing out 2 probes and soon to be 1 SCV. Yeah, boys being pulled, and hey, we're disrupting the economy. It's no major damage, but damage nonetheless. It's better than nothing. So 2 probes, 2 SCVs before being cleaned up. They also get a full scout, so they confirm the mech, and they also confirm the eventual Reaver drop. So full scout information back at home. We do have our bio setup here from Kelazhur. Building up into bio. Likewise, same here from uThermal as well. Okay. Oh, that I was not expecting. Instead of going for extra Raxes in the sim, we're going for double starports. Okay. Yeah, double starport production here from uThermal. Into air control. Players are building up. Here comes the Reaver. Here comes the drop. Now with the drop. Behind this, we do have a switch into what looks to be Zealots, into Zealot legs, into a more Zealot heavy composition with speed lots. Likewise, Gabe is still stabilizing and building up with his own vultures. Reaver drop is attempted, and we get one shot off, just the one. Doesn't get into the mineral line. Pull away. Oh, the cyclones though. The shuttle. Yeah, the shuttle's going to be shut down. Barely does escape. Oh no! Oh no! He tries. He tried. The Reaver's on its own, and he cannot save it. Yeah, again, just a premature drop there from Classic. He gets punished for it. The shuttle and the Reaver go down. Massive pick-offs, massive losses. Okay, Classic, he had no faith. Basically, he dropped the Reaver to save it because he assumed the shuttle would be killed, but the shuttle wasn't killed, so then he could actually save it, so he tried to go back. Again, pickup range on the shuttle is smaller than the War Prism, so he couldn't quite pick up. Oh, nice moves. Nice moves out of Gabe. Ay. Catching out the Cyclones. Cheeky moves. He avenges the Reaver. True. Gabe. As we're moving out with our second Reaver drop. Now we do have to be careful. Now I was curious as to the purpose of the double starport play, and it is going to be double starport mass Banshee. Jesus. So uThermal was having fun. He's having fun going to mass Banshee. I mean, this has potential considering the lack of anti-air. We spoke about this actually previously, where uThermal had the issue of trying to deal with air units, with the Oracle specifically, just because it is going to be Vulture tank out of a Gabe, but likewise it's going to be Zealots and Reavers out of our Protoss player out of Classic. I say that we're going into Mass Dragoons, so never mind. Now Dragoons are amassing. Ooh. Dropping to the middle line at 9 SCVs going down, doing another shot off. It looks like we will. Oh my god. 11 SCV kills. Oh no, we're not splitting. Oh my god, 16, 17 SCVs and a handful of mules as well. Very nice damage. The shuttle gets away, crippling uThermal's economy. Now at the same time, Banshees, they do hit the main. They hit the main base, 14 probe kills, nice counter damage. Both players going to be hurting. But Dragoons are somewhat in position, but no detection. Yeah, no detection. The Banshee does get away. Now we get a scan. Goliaths are coming online, and they will catch the final Banshee. The Banshee does fall. We're getting messy. We're getting messy here. When it comes to our economies, what do we have exactly? Gabe has been left alone, so Gabe has got 73 SCVs, a very healthy economy. The others a little bit lower here, 55 probes for Classic, 58, soon to be 60 for uThermal, 63, that's 3 base saturation for Kelazhur. So 3 base saturation for both Terran players, likewise getting up to 3 base saturation for Classic, and Gabe again has been left alone. Speaking of being left alone, Jesus, another 12, another 11. Another 11 probe kills, oh my god. Another 11 workers go down. Banshees, they make their way behind the mineral lines towards Gabe's bases. No turrets in position, true. No turrets. SCVs will finally go down. Kelazhur just try to move in. Again, the Reaver's behind this. Storm is almost done. Storm is almost complete. Finally catching out one of the Banshees. I mean, these Banshees have been annoying. They've been paying for themselves. Shout out to the Banshees. So finally they get caught. At least the next handful. We have more Banshees moving out on the right hand side. Kelazhur, he rotates over towards Gabe. And we'll see if Gabe can engage. Likewise, Zealot drop into the mineral lines. Reaver drop as well. Ooh, and Kelazhur is getting caught out. Does go for the sim. Tanks to siege. Yeah, tanks siege up. Kelazhur cannot quite engage. Gonna be zoned away. Banshees, they hit the mineral line. At the same time, Classic, he ignores it. He just keeps going. He commits across the map. He does get 2 tanks. 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 tanks go down. Storm is done. Classic gaining ground. uThermal keeps harassing. Yo, we have a turret in Classic's mineral line. Let's go. We have the turret. Expansion is still being so annoying. Classic does back off. Gabe did defend. He shut down the bio push. Kelazhur once again rotating towards the left-hand side. Oh, we have some raids. Raids keeping up with the Banshee. They do keep up. Gabe finally moving out. And likewise, so is Classic, and they're both pushing into the bases. Marines, they stim in. There's not much support here for the tanks. He goes for it. Yeah, it does commit. No spider mines. Ooh, rallies the vultures into the army. Miscontrol there by Gabe. Yeah, massive miscontrol. Vultures are thrown away. And Kelazhur takes the fight. At the same time, Classic has been gaining ground. But here comes Diego. From behind, shows the storms. Oof. SEL's getting caught out. Does storm the army. Plenty more where that came from. That's a lot of storms, actually. It's going to be a lot of storms. As they move in, they can try to snipe the High Templar. True. Can try to snipe. Tank is in position. Will zone Classic away. Against so far Kelazhur, he's holding. Likewise, uThermal moving out. Oh. Be careful. Cuidado, papi, cuidado. Yes, tank shots go up. Some brutal target farming, but the tanks are going to be going down. Once again, there's no support. They're on their own. Yeah, the tanks are on their own. Massive pickups here. uThermal's army crumbles. Kelazhur going for the counterattack. And uThermal, he should lose his bases. Yeah, CC's being chased down. Banshee's still harassing. We do trade bases. uThermal losing one, Gabe losing the other. And these tanks, they're buying time. Yeah, uThermal is buying time, but he will lose another expansion. Both players losing 2. This position does mean that Kelazhur also getting hit. Also taking losses. So I'll say rush in, the force friendly fire. And, oh, Gabe is rallying. Yeah, he's rallying forward. Rallying into the army. Sets up back at home, and it looks like uThermal's defended. uThermal Diego, they have defended. Classic pulls away. Gabe is maxed. uThermal, due to all this damage, by the way, due to non-stop harassment and aggression, uThermal's kind of out of this. He does have some tanks, does have some Vikings, but he plummets in supply. Everyone else is maxing. Classic is maxing out. Gabe is maxing out. Kelazhur is maxing out. uThermal, he's trying to hold on. It's been uThermal's bases that have been more exposed and that have been abused that much more. Kelazhur's have been left more or less alone. As tanks are sieging, Gabe moving in. Kelazhur going for the drop. Moves out across the map. And Diego solito. Can he hold on? Can he hold on? Again, the drop here in hopes of forcing back the army. Classic does turn around. And Classic turns around. Trying to keep up with the drop. Zealous they collapse in. And we need storms. Yeah, storms are coming in as well. Do we connect? Do we EMP? Oh my god. Oh god. Massive storm. Yeah, Kelazhur is being dealt with. At the same time, Gabe doesn't turn around. Denies the base. Denies the expansion. uThermal going for desperation run bys. Running into cannons. And running into High Templar. The drop was dealt with. uThermal gaining ground. Cheeky Pigos. Getting one, getting 2 tanks. Drop back into the main. Kelazhur, he breaks out across the map. Gabe is hurting. He's in trouble. Show us the storms. Oh my god. We do EMP. EMP some of the Templar. Gabe, he is forced to turn back around. He turns back around. Again, nice counterattack from Kelazhur. Oh my god, we worked. He recalls in. Classic with the recall. It dives into the main base, does unload as well, but does he have enough here? Oh my god. Massive storms. There's storms on the main armies, but there's not really much here. Yeah, only a handful of game. Just another massive storm. That was the final storm for Classic. Back at home, Gabe defends. And Classic, he trades well here. He does trade well. Takes down the Liberators. Storm the Bio Army. And now we can push in. Yeah, now we can move in. And once again, uThermal, he's not going to be a factor when it comes to this defense. CC goes down. uThermal just has a very immobile army. And Gabe is moving in. He's moving in. Catching on no more bio. Another recall! Yeah, recalls in once again. Shout out to the Arbiters. We rarely see recalls nowadays. I mean, the game rarely lasts this long, right? True, true. Rarely lasts this long. Recalls into the main. Catching at the mineral line, and we're just pulling at Kelazhur apart. Diego tries to counterattack. Oh no, he runs into a siege line. Oh my god. Runs into a siege line. We'll lose the army. Valkyries just shots at the medevacs. And again, uThermal couldn't help. Like, uThermal, he's just stuck with a couple of tanks. GG gets called, and Classic and Gabe, they will claim the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. They will claim the series. An impressive performance here by Gabe and Classic. Again, as I mentioned before, Gabe, he's less experienced when it comes to StarCraft Evolution, but was able to hold his own. Was able to hold his own, embrace the mech, of course, embrace the vultures, embrace the tanks. Likewise, great to see some Arbiter play towards the end, which again is quite rare in StarCraft Evolution just because games are ending much faster. But here in 2v2, we can embrace some longer games and a greater economy, of course, as well. I will say that uThermal had an interesting approach. If you recall, he went into double starport mass Banshee, and he was doing a great job when it came to harassing. That is true. Like, he was able to harass very nicely. He killed a lot of probes and a lot of SCVs. Like, they did pay for themselves, not wrong, but the main army was lacking as a result of that. And we did see that, unfortunately, uThermal, his bases were more exposed, right? His bases were more exposed, and he was being bullied here. His economy never really got up and running. He was losing his 4th base and his 3rd time and time again. So uThermal, he was always, you know, the weaker link there when it came to the overall supplies, when it came to what he had to bring to the table, compared to the other players. Diego had some nice moments when it came to his drop play, his counterattacks. Multiple times he forced Gabe and Classic back home, which gave them more time to breathe, but uThermal had a really hard time stabilizing after losing so many bases and losing so many SCVs. Like, his economy was struggling there, and he couldn't quite recover, couldn't quite build back up. GG. GG, well played. And with that, so that wraps up our quarterfinals match, and we're going to get ready for our semifinals. Up next here, we have the semis. It is going to be Gabe and Classic up against Bjorn and Solar. Oh my god. that is a finals match. Jesus. Likewise, we have the upper semis, which would be GG Machine and Shameless up against Rake and Iosel. Just catching up with the chat. Just catching up. Gabe did mention that he felt he had some experience due to playing Brood War when he was younger. Okay, oh, let's go. Let's go. I would imagine he was streaming his POV when he was playing. I think Classic was a decider. Yeah, I think touching on what Kura said earlier in the chat, Gabe, he's been very fond of Classic when it comes to these 2v2s. I don't know if you've seen, I do recommend watching their streams whenever they play 2v2s together and they compete together. But almost every game, Gabe is always praising Classic. Like he's whether it's in SE Evolution or regular 2v2s, always giving him praise, always giving him props whenever they play together. It's wholesome, baby. It's wholesome. Despite the fact that Classic is Protoss. True. The Gabe, he always gives him props. Swallow combo, brutal mech, S2 Skytoss. Yeah, I would imagine so. We have yet to experience that, and I don't know if we will experience that, but it's definitely something that we look towards in longer and later games, for sure. Okay. For now, though, we're going to be going on a short break. Here. When we come back, we'll have the semifinals ready for you. Again, we'll have Björn and Solar up against Classic and Gabe. Likewise, Gigi Machine and Shameless up against Rake and Ailsa. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon.